Welcome back, fight fans. Naoya Inoue is coming back to America, and he's not just showing up to put on a show. He's coming to settle unfinished business, fight under the brightest lights, and remind the boxing world that he's not just the monster by name, but by destiny. For some, the news is just a blip. For others, it's the return of a silent storm, one that's been silently building strength from the land of the rising sun and now aims to sweep through Las Vegas. After nearly 3 years away from U.S. soil, Inoue's comeback is locked in for May 4th, a Sunday night crescendo to an already electrified Cinco de Mayo fight weekend. And who's across the ring from him? Not a warm-up act, not a stay-busy name, but Texas's own Ramon Cardenas, a fighter who at 26-1 with 14 knockouts comes into the ring with a reputation not to be underestimated. At first glance, it's just a matchup. But peel back the layers, and this fight is a chess piece in a larger game. A calendar-penned statement from Inoue, who finds himself contractually, strategically, and emotionally positioned in a year that might just define the final years of his prime. Let's break it down. This isn't just Inoue's moment. It's a weekend laced with title fights, ego clashes, and promotional power plays spanning from Saudi Arabia to New York City to Las Vegas. On Friday, May 2nd, Times Square becomes the global stage for a triple header of title fights. Ryan Garcia returns against Rolly Romero. Devin Haney locks horns with Jose Ramirez, and Teofimo Lopez Jr. stands opposite his WBO mandated challenger Arnold Barboza Jr., daring critics to look away. Then, on Saturday, May 3rd, the desert lights up. Saul Canelo Alvarez steps back into the ring in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, aiming to reclaim undisputed super middleweight supremacy against the undefeated IBF champion William Skoll, a king trying to restore his crown. And on Sunday, May 4th, it's Naoya Inoue's turn. He hasn't fought in the US since the eerily quiet COVID-era arenas of 2020 and 2021, but now he returns not just as a fighter, but as a 4-division world champion. The kind of name that's whispered in gems and broadcast in highlight reels, a quiet, unrelenting storm, with 29 wins, 26 knockouts, and a track record that's left entire divisions in ruins. Originally, the opponent was supposed to be Mexico's Alan David Picasso, but negotiations collapsed in familiar fashion. Egos, numbers, timing. It fell apart like so many before it. In stepped Ramon Cardenas, a quiet assassin from Texas, a fighter who's not afraid to bite down on his gum shield and take the center of the ring. It would be easy to write Cardenas off, a late replacement, a US-based name to tick contractual boxes. But if you've watched him, really watched him, you'd know better. This is not someone who showed up for a paycheck. Back in February, Cardenas outboxed and outclassed the then undefeated Brian Acosta in a 10-round decision that showed not just skill, but resolve. But the moment that put him on everyone's radar came earlier that month, against Israel Rodriguez Picasso. Cardenas landed a shot so ferocious, so atomically devastating, that it broke and dislodged Picasso's jaw. The fight didn't end with a referee count. It ended with silence, disbelief, and the stretcher. "He hits like a mule," said Gary Jonas, founder of Pro Box TV and the man who knows Cardenas better than most. With that kind of power and Latino roots that all but guarantee a roaring crowd on a Mexican holiday weekend, Cardenas is stepping into the biggest moment of his career, not as an opponent, but as a legitimate threat. And what's most important is that he's not ducking and is ready to fight. And that brings us to the central theme that's haunted Inoue's career for years. Everyone's ducking the monster. It's a cliche now, a meme, a post-fight talking point, but it's also real. From bantamweight to junior featherweight, the pattern has remained consistent. Champions call his name, then vanish when contracts arrive. Fighters circle from a distance, praising him in interviews, then ghosting promoters when it's time to fight. The only man who seems willing, genuinely willing, is Murodjon Akhmadaliev, and even that comes with caveats. Inoue is reportedly set to face the former unified 122-pound champion in September in Japan, fulfilling his WBA mandatory obligations. After that, rumors swirl that he'll end the year in Saudi Arabia, possibly against Nick Bell at featherweight, a daring doubleweight year that could redefine what active greatness looks like. But even MJ, the supposed dance partner for September, has been hesitant. His team has flirted with the inflated purse demands, ambiguous negotiations, and strategic silence. At one point, when Inoue's camp proposed staging the bout in Japan, MJ's side balked. The fight nearly fell apart entirely, with the WBA and Saudi power broker Turki Al-Sheikh intervening to salvage it for a potential AJ undercard. Team Inoue refused. They had a venue, a plan, and no time for chessboard politics. They sent a letter to the WBA. And that moment, however overlooked, told you everything you need to know about Naoya Inoue. He's not here to play, he's here to fight. If you follow Inoue long enough, the story is all too familiar. At 1:15, he waited for Chocolatito and Serratus. They said the right things. They said they were interested. But Inoue stayed idle while they negotiated around him. In the end, he fought guys like Antonio Neves and Leon Boyo, not out of choice, but because big names vanished when the ink dried. At 1:18, it was Alana Tita and John Rael Casimiro. The latter, in fairness, came close. COVID derailed their planned clash. But even then, when asked to take a pay cut to keep the fight alive, Inoue agreed. Casimiro didn't. Same song, different verse. Now at 122, the same playbook. Rais Salim pulled out. Sam Goodman took a different route. Akhmadalev hesitates. The only thing that's changed is the calendar. And so the bomb crusher narrative persists. Not because Inoue wants easy fights, but because the best keep finding reasons not to get in the ring. So, where does this go? The plan is clear, at least on paper. After Cardenas, it's MJ in September. Then comes December in Saudi Arabia, likely at 126. That would mark the beginning of a new era, one that sets up a collision course with Japan's other rising star, Junto Nakatani. The dream is to have Nakatani move up to 122 and meet Inoue in a battle that could stop the country. Two phenomenons, one nation, one ring. But if Nakatani stays put and the division remains the desert, Inoue might be forced to move up permanently. He's hinted at it. His team has quietly mapped it out. What's clear is this. He's only got 3 years left at his peak and he's not wasting them waiting. So here we are. Vegas, May 4th, Inoue versus Cardenas. It's not the fight anyone predicted, but it might be the fight that resets the rhythm. Cardenas, while not a global superstar, is dangerous. He's hungry. He punches like he means it. And, most importantly, he showed up. That alone makes him worthy. For Inoue, this is about to be more than a belt defense. It's about sending a message to the division, to the sport, and to the names who keep avoiding his shadow. He's not just coming back to America. He's coming back to remind everyone why legends don't need noise. They need only one thing, a willing opponent. What do you think? Will Cardenas bring the fight Inoue deserves? Or will the monster make another name disappear under the Vegas lights? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, fight fans.